So we are going to get started in just a few seconds. We're going to let some people come into our chat. So one of the first things that I wanted to start off by saying is that I had a really terrible time on yesterday getting everything together. One of my videos came out. I'm not sure if I hit the wrong button while I was editing the video, but it came out with accelerated speed at the end. And I wanted to apologize for that. So, we're making that right, and we're gonna try to get a clip for that, before the weekend so that you guys can get the end of that video. And I appreciate all of your help. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum. Hi, guys. So, we are going to get started with talking about cleansing our name and our birthday. I did a video a year ago about cleansing our name. Some of my clients would send me their name and their birthday in order to cleanse their name in certain ways. You have to be able to know how to do this, but a lot of people are not spiritually inclined to know how to do this. So people will send me this type of um, ritual for them in order to help them remove attacks. Please hit the like button, guys. I appreciate all of your support. So when this type of attack is coming from demonic narcissists, these people, they have to know you. They will know you. They have to be around you in order to have access to your name and your birthday. And Kimberly, if you don't want my face covered, then you shouldn't come to my live. I definitely didn't invite you here, but let's just let that be the reason. So when we are understanding that people will attack you in this way, when people will take your name and use your name and your birthday as a means to do, voodoo on you, to send black magic. We always have to have that connection and pray, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, in order to have that protection, that shield. We have to go to the holy books. We have to go to the Holy Bible and pray. The 23rd chapter of Psalms. That will help us to protect ourselves from these types of spiritual narcissists who are attacking your name and your birthday. You can also pray this over your water and make a holy water. Okay? So these are the types of understandings why people have sent me, a lot of my clients have sent me their name and birthday. So a lot of people do not have the power or the knowledge to understand how to do this. And again, in my earlier videos, I was teaching people how to remove this type of attack. from your name and your birthday. There are people who will use your birthday and your name so that as soon as you are having a birthday, you will start having problems. You will start having bad luck. Uh, yes, I am a Muslim. I'm a Muslim. Pro Jesus 23. Are you Muslim? Yes, I am. Yes, I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Well, if you don't like my content, Alden Whites, then you don't have to come onto my lives. So you have an understanding for that, but we have to make sure that people are who are here to hear this content, then we want to make sure that they get the necessary information. So, when people are attacking your name and your birthday, then we have an understanding. We have an understanding that they do not want you to have peace in your life. They do not want you to have joy in your life. So we want to make sure that we are cleansing these types of people out of our lives. We're cleansing ourselves and using the holy books as a means in order to have that connection to God, because that connection to God, fasting and praying, is also going to help us uh, remove these people and have a ritual in order to do so. So it is more important for us to have this type of understanding that these people will use your name and your birthday. These spiritual narcissists, these demonic people will use your name and your birthday in order to attack you on specific days. So when you're having bad luck, when you're having problems, when it's coming up to Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and many times, many of the chosen ones don't even celebrate these days. But these people, these narcissists, these spiritual practitioners, they will attack you on these days because they want to make sure that you're not having a good time on those days. You're not in a position to celebrate anything, that you're brought down to a low vibrational state, especially on certain days. I've even had some of, the people that I have worked with have been in the same type of situation that I had been in. That on coming up on my birthday, they would send negative energy. Some of them have been sent to jail. Some of them have gotten sick on their birthday because of these types of attacks. And there are ways that you can cleanse this negative energy and at the same time cleanse the person who has been sending this type of attack upon your life. Please hit the like button, guys. I thank you all for all that you do. So we have an understanding that when you are cleansing these types of people out of your life, those people who do not have access to your name, I've had many people who have called me and said, what is your name? And my first thought is, why are you asking me about my personal information? People will use your personal information in order to attack you. And I want to make sure that I drive this home for you. Again, there have been, many men that have reached out to me and asked me about these cleansing rituals because every year they're saying that they go to jail on their birthday or around their birthday. Every year around the holidays, they go to jail or something happens to them. And this is a direct attack upon you as an individual. Um, we're not talking about whether Jesus is God. Pro Jesus 23, all you need to have is the understanding is that Jesus was not asked to be at the beginning of the creation of heaven and earth. So if he didn't create heaven and earth, then he's not the creator. So we have that understanding as Muslims and as Christians. So, let's move on from that. You know, um, when we are talking about negative people who are sending out attacks, they will make sure that they try to misunderstand you. They will make sure that they will misinterpret not only the holy books, but they will misinterpret the holy books so that they can control certain people. So when that doesn't happen for the chosen ones, then we have this understanding that they will stoop to even lower levels and try to use black magic and rituals of black magic. They will try to attack you in order to bring you into this low vibrational state where they want to control your gifts, where they want the blessings that are upon your life. So we have to make sure that when we are cleansing our name and our birthday, that we have the power in order to do so. And that is the point of using the holy books in order to do so. So we understand that, I don't even understand why this person is in here asking questions about who forgives sins. And everybody isn't a Christian, but we also understand that Jesus cannot forgive sins. We have the person that created the entity that created Jesus, and we want to make sure that we understand that Jesus and God are two separate entities, are two separate people. One created the other. So you figure it out, Pro Jesus 23. So we have an understanding of how to cleanse ourselves from any kind of negative energy given to us by the holy books, given to us by the prophets. So we take the holy water that is given to us by the holy books, used, in many different ways in the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran, that we can use to cleanse the negative energy. Hello, Charles Atham. Hi, nice. I'm so glad that you could make it. So we have many different types of cleanses of the holy water. And this is what I, want you guys to do when you're under attack and someone is sending negative energy to your birthday or your name. You need to take some holy water and you need to make the holy water. You need to make some holy water with salt, just a little bit of salt to taste. You need to pray over it with the 23rd chapter of Psalms. You need to pray over it if you're Muslim with Surah Al-Baqarah. And create this holy water and just put your name in there, your birthday, and you want to soak your name in that holy water, in that solution. You can later on, disregard that negative energy that has been removed from your name. You can, pour it in water, or you can pour it in, the dirt and cover it up, so that attack that someone has sent to you is cleansed from you and it is automatically returned to sender. So you don't have to go and do anything. Now, for the next part of this cleansing is for you to understand. You need to pray over your oils, your olive oil, and anoint yourself with the olive oil. It will act as a shield when you're coming up on your birthday, or if you're coming up on a holiday where someone has tried to use your name and use black magic against your name and your birthday, has taken your birthday and name to evil altars. Okay, so we want to make sure that we're protecting ourselves and using our olive oil in order to anoint ourselves so that this type of attack does not move forward in our lives, does not move forward in the month that we were born, does not move forward and attach itself to our name, because our parents gave us our name. In many cases, our name was given to us by someone else. It wasn't something that we decided for ourselves. So we have to be able to cleanse and defend our name, with what the holy books has given us. So we have an understanding that there are people who will attack you using different types of malevolent energy, and we have to be able to cut those cords. We have to be able to use the holy books in order to cut the cords, but we can also use what God has given us. And when we have these types of attacks where people have been attacking us for a very long time, it is a psychic attack upon our mind and upon our health, our body. So you want to take an egg, you want to do an egg cleanse on yourself. You want to do an egg cleanse on yourself and disregard that egg cleanse away from you once you cleanse your name and your birthday of these types of attacks, of these types of people who are sending negative frequencies to you. So when I first started these videos, I wanted to give you a way to spiritually defend yourselves from these types of attacks. And this is what I was having a lot of my clients ask me about how to clear their name, because they're having a lot of attacks with people using their name, using their birthday. A lot of people who study numerology, they will use this time of your birthday in order to attack you. So we can cleanse these attacks. There are many different various ways to cleanse these types of attacks. 111, as I'm saying that. So we have these types of ways that we can use the holy water. We can pray over our oil, and we can do an egg cleanse in order to remove this negative energy. And just remember, with the egg cleanse, you want to disregard that egg away from you. You do not want to, throw that egg down your toilet. You don't want to throw it in your backyard. You do not want to throw it anywhere near you. You want to take it away from you and disregard it away from you so that that negative energy is moved away from you. And it goes back to the person that has sent that negative energy. Okay, so these are our ways of understanding that these people have been using your name on evil altars. They have been using your name, calling your name in mirrors, black magic sent to you. They have been using negative energy with your name associated with these types of attacks that have been happening in your life. And the cleanses that we have been doing has released a lot of that negative energy, and it has caused it to be returned to sender. So, a lot of you have been heeding my words. You have been praying more than once a day, praying more than twice. Pray as much as you can, because your connection to God is going to be the differential of the hex or the curse being removed from your life. So we also have the understanding that these people will become obsessed with you. And maybe you have been under attack since you were a child, from these parental narcissists or these spiritual narcissists in your family. They used to call them the holy rollers. And they only want you to be enslaved to them. You have been under attack most of your life since you have gotten grown. And these types of malignant frequencies that are attached to your body, they have to be cleansed. You cannot just pray these types of frequencies away. This is what some of these people will have you believe, that if you just pray, then it'll just go away. But we understand that a lot of our parents are still under attack because they did not use the rituals and methods given in the holy books in order to cleanse these types of attacks. So we have to make sure that, we're not being fooled by some of these narcissists who do not want to be cleansed out of your life, who know that you can cleanse their negative attack out of your body, those hooks that they have in you all of your life to make you rejected, to keep you under control, to keep you in lack, to keep you in loss in life. So these attacks can be cleansed, but these spiritual narcissists, these religious narcissists do not want you to know that. because you're capable of cleansing them out of your life. Okay? So we want to make sure that when we're using these types of rituals and methods, that we also have the knowledge and the power to do so. Everybody has not been given the power to spiritually heal. Maybe you have the power to see negative energy. Maybe you have the power to smell negative energy. Maybe you have the power to feel it when it's coming towards you, or the feeling of touch. And you can feel it, internally in your soul. Everyone isn't given that ability in order to heal. Some people are afraid of this realm. So that's why you will need to contact me so that I can heal this negative attack upon you if you've never entered into a realm of healing yourself, healing the negative energy within that has been attached to your heart, your mind, that has been making you sick. All of these things can be attached to someone using your name and birthday to attack you malevolently. And I have been using, cleansing rituals, with my clients in order to remove these attachments. And when we remove these types of attachments, many times the person who has been sending those types of attacks upon the chosen ones, either they get sick or they start to become obsessed in order to gain stalk the chosen ones that they have been attacking. They'll consistently come around when they had not been coming around like that before. They can feel that negative attachment be detached from the chosen ones. They can feel that negative spirit, that higher spirit that they have been sending has been returned to sender. And we don't have to go and physically attack anyone, but we must make wudu, we must make ablution, we must be baptized, and we must spiritually cleanse using the herbs and the waters given to us in Psalms 51, the Psalm of David, in order to cleanse any kind of attack and detach these frequencies that has been sent out at you on these days, these people who do not want you to receive joy and peace. Now, there are certain other things that you will have to consider when you are cleansing this type of negative energy. That in many cases, if you do not cleanse this negative energy, it becomes a generational curse where your children will start to have these types of attacks and their energy will be siphoned in the same way, where they will use your children's name or whoever they have given that energy to. Once they passed on, they will start siphoning their energy and they will start having a hard time during the holidays. They will be under attack during, their birthday. They will go to jail on multiple times coming up to their birthday so that someone can rob them of their joy. These spiritual narcissists have experience with harming people in this way. And so that's why you will have to heal it and you will have to have experience. The person that you are healing, if you're healing yourself, you will have to have experience at cleansing this negative energy, because once you start healing it and that person starts to, gang stalk you, they start to target you to see why their attack isn't working on you anymore. They will do anything. They will try to give you money. They will try to give you clothing. They will try to give you a house in order to reattach that spell to your name, to your money, your finances, or your health. And so I'm letting you know right now that it can be healed. And I have healed many people from this type of attack. And there are other progressive waters that you can use. There are other aggressive rituals that you can use, like the Zamzam water. The Zamzam water is good to remove the negative energy from any situation, especially if someone is attacking your name and birthday. So one of the things that I have seen with my clients is people using the Holy Bible and placing someone's name in the Holy Bible as a means to attack, inverted, inverted, upside down, so that this person can become under attack. You can cleanse this negative energy if someone is using this type of attack through the Holy Book. And that is why we pray against those people. That is why it's important for you to read other books and understand that this type of attack is it can be cleansed in a way where that person will receive their own negative energy, and it will backfire in their life, what they're sending to you, the plan and the plot that they are trying to send to you. Okay, so there are many different ways and cleanses that I have helped my clients in this way. And there has been one of my clients, she's 50 years old, and a family member has been attacking her entire life. So we had to take an aggressive approach in order to stop this person from cleansing, from attacking my client, and not being able to reattach the negative energy. I've had to use a life coaching method in order to cleanse this negative energy from her, in order to let her know you cannot get mad with those persons. You have to be able to forgive those persons who want your power, who want your blessings, who want your energy, and who has a negative design, a wicked design against you. You have to forgive them. You have to pray against them. You have to pray for them. And that is a part of the cleansing ritual that you will have to go through. That is to forgive your enemy, but you need to move away from them so that they don't try this again. I thank you, all of you guys, for showing up for me and showing out. I love your support. I thank you. Please hit the like button. So we have these ways that we can cleanse the negative energy where a person has attacked your name, they have attacked your birthday, and they're causing upset in your life. They're causing disaster, and they want to see you in a low vibrational state. So, I have already given you some of the healing rituals, the healing methods on my channel. And we have to be able to use those healing methods, use those healing rituals. And if they are not working for you, then that could also mean that your situation is malignant, that it has been on you, for a long time, that this person has started to gang stalk you, target you, and run a smear campaign against you. Once this starts to happen, if you have started to cleanse yourself from an individual and you know who they are, many chosen ones know who their attackers are. They know the person who has a malignant, a wicked design against them. So we have to make sure that when we are cleansing these types of malignant, and you've had these attacks all of your life, it's malignant, and that's what I mean. That you reach out to me so that we can go ahead and stop these people from attacking you, attacking your children, trying to control your children and turn your children against you, and trying to use your children's name in order to attack you. Okay, so these are some of the ways that we cleanse these negative energy. And I do not want you to ever forget. I do not want you to ever forget that fasting, once you start a fasting ritual, this is what I mean by ritual, that this cleanses the negative energy, this identifies the person, and it reverses it on the person. So this is why I always say fasting and praying, especially for those of you who are going through, problems with your finances, where this person is setting up on your finances and your health. And I've talked about that in a video before. So we have this understanding, when these people are taking your personal items, they can take your hair and do the same thing. My mother used to say, never let anyone have access to your hair. Never let the birds get your hair. Okay, so that means don't let anybody or anything have access to certain personal items, especially if you're having parties or you're going for holidays or whatever, and people are coming into your house. You need to move your toothbrush. You need to remove your brush and comb out of the bathroom. Okay, so we want to make sure that these people have been setting up on you. They have been attacking you. It has been a wicked design against you, and this negative energy can be cleansed. We want to make sure how to cleanse these negative energies. If you're not sure of how to cleanse them, this is why I designed this channel, so that you can come to me and we can have a consultation about what's going on in your life. In many cases, there must be proof for me to take your case. There must be proof that you have been under attack in this way, because there are people who are malevolent, and this is why I require proof, because there are people who are malevolent and they want, somebody to deal with them in the way that they have been dealing with other people, attacking other people. They have been dealing with other practitioners, and they want somebody to deal with them in the same way. So, it's like I always tell people, I'm a healer, not a killer. Okay, so we don't attack people. Let's just make sure we understand that. So when we're healing our situation, if you're not used to healing yourself, if you don't know what to do, this is why I designed this channel, so you can reach out to me and get the healing rituals and methods that you need to heal your situation from people who are malevolent, attacking your name and birthday. So we're having some people just blow their horn right here. I thank all of you for showing up today and supporting me and reaching out to me. I really appreciate all of you. Yeah, we have a traffic jam. So, there are many different ways that people can take your information in order to harm you. They can take your children's name. They can take, different types of clothing from you. And we talked about this on many different occasions, on many different videos, so that I can make you aware of these types of attacks that spiritual narcissists use. They can take anything and they will use it to harm you and stagnate you in life. One of the main things that they will try to take from you, if they're trying to stagnate you, is the dust of your feet. They will try to take anything that you have touched. And we will have to make sure that we're cleansing this type of attack as well. There are many different healing methods that we can use in order to stop these types of attacks. There are many healing baths that we can use in order to stop these types of attacks up on our lives. And we want to use, what the prophets have used. We want to use what the prophets have given to us, what God has given to the prophets in the Holy Bible and the Holy Quran. So that makes it certain crystals and certain stones are good for healing, especially if someone has sent negative energy to your relationship, so that you're rejected, for business opportunities. When people use your name and your birthday, they can send negative energy to different sections of your life to make sure that you never rise in life. So we want to use the hyssop. I'm telling you right now, you can go to the 51 chapter of Psalms and it will cleanse that negative energy. You can buy some the hyssop. And like I say, I'm teaming up with Amazon, so that some of these types of healing rituals you'll have access to, especially if, I've had a lot of people that say they don't have a lot of money or they're on a fixed income. So this is why I have, teamed up with Amazon, so that you can get these types of healing remedies at your fingertips. You can just order them off of Amazon. You can use the link in my bio, and you can order them from Amazon and go and buy them for yourself. Okay, and use these rituals. Reach out to me so that I can teach you how to use the hyssop. These are just some of the healing rituals that are in the holy books. But like I say, you can use the crystals. You can also order some of those crystals off of Amazon and use them as a means to heal your situation from these people who are attacking your name and your birthday. And I can also give you, pointers on how to cleanse yourself using your crystals and your stones. And you can just reach out to me again in the description or in my bio. You'll have access to my email address, my phone number, and my website. So please make sure you're reaching out to me. If you're having these types of problems that every year around the holidays, you're getting sick, you're having bad luck, things are breaking. And we want to be able to use what God has sent down to us. We do not want to stoop to the level of the entity where we are repeating the ways that they do. We don't want to be like that. We want to be like those people that God has given us as examples and role models. And that's the prophets. Okay. So I wanted to give you this understanding that a lot of you who have been cleansing in the way that I have been suggesting to you, and you stopped going to those practitioners, you've been reaching out to me. A lot of those people who have been attacking you have been getting sick. I have been, getting your messages, and you have been, letting me know that you started cleansing on your full moon cleanses. You started cleansing using the hyssop in the Psalm of David. And a lot of the people in your family, your wife started to get sick. Your mother-in-law started to get sick. These types of attacks upon you, upon your life, has been a way for these people to stay in your energy, to attach themselves to your gifts in order to take control of your gifts. Hi, Vina. Walaikum salam, sister. Hi there. Welcome. So when we are having these types of attacks in our lives where a person has been using our name, they have been using our birthday to send the evil eye at our health, to send the evil eye at our relationships, our finances, then we have to understand what you do not understand. What level they will stoop to. They will stoop to coming to your house. They will stoop to, sowing tears in the middle of the night. And that means coming to your house, laying tricks for you in the middle of the night. So this is not to make you afraid. This is making sure that who you're around and how to cleanse this type of negative energy. So this is why we use what the prophets have been giving us in the holy books. If someone is laying tricks for you in the middle of the night, you can use from the book of Lot, Sodom and Gomorrah, you can use the brimstone in order to cleanse your surroundings. You can use it as a incense outside in order to cleanse that negative energy that someone has sent, and they tried to stifle you, stagnate your foot tracks, the dust of your feet. If they've been taking that kind of personal attack upon you, this is for more aggressive, a more aggressive attack. Then we want to use, what the what God has given to Lot in Sodom and Gomorrah, when he cleansed Sodom and Gomorrah with brimstone, and brimstone is just an old word for sulfur. So we want to make sure that there are many different types of cleanses for more progressive attacks. When they get, progressive, we get progressive. We start cleansing progressive. Yes, I understand. I understand, Sister Avina. Forgiving sins that you died for is cray. Yeah, I understand. So we want to make sure that when we're cleansing this type of negative energy from us, there are many different rituals. Some of them are progressive rituals. And when we are using these rituals, that negative energy is going to come off of you. You're going to feel that oppressive spirit that has been sent to you come up off of your shoulders, come off of your back. It's going to come off of your legs, those scales on the bottom of your feet where they have sent you stagnation. When you start cleansing certain types of rituals given in the holy books, that negative energy is going to come up off of you and you're going to be able to feel it. Okay, so these are the way that we can stop these people who have been sending aggressive attacks, these types of attacks on our birthday, so that we can have hard times in our life, so that we can have chaos and disaster in our life. These are the ways that God has given us in the holy books in order to use the cleansing herbs, the cleansing stones, the cleansing rituals and methods that he has given to us in order to cleanse these types of attacks. And you don't have to worry about, whether it is, coming off of you, because it's most certainly going to come off of you and it's going to be returned to sender, whether you want it to or not. It has to go back to the person that sent out the negative energy. So now that we have an understanding of how to cleanse this negative energy, why I started this type of channel for a spiritual defense. This is a spiritual channel for a spiritual defense, to use the holy books, what the holy books entail, what is permissible for us to do. We cannot go and start laying tricks like the enemy, like the entity. But we can use the holy waters that was given to Noah. We can use the holy waters that was, God spread it, separated the sea from Moses. We can use the holy waters that were given to Job, and we can use the holy waters that were given, to Isaiah as well, in order to cleanse negative energy. Okay, whether we're cleansing the land, whether we're cleansing the water, or whether we're cleansing ourselves, this will work because the holy book said that it is permissible for the prophets, and the prophets has given us a means of relief from these types of attacks. So I hope that you have received this message. I hope that you can reach out to me if you're having these types of problems. Please book your one-on-one sessions, your life coaching sessions with me, so that I can acclimate a gift to your situation if you are under attack from these people, these narcissists, these spiritual narcissists, using your name and your birthday in order to attack you. Please reach out to me, book your life coaching sessions or your video chat sessions. Donate to my channel. You can also like, share, and subscribe to me over all of my platforms. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and I'm here with you guys on YouTube. I really appreciate all of your support. I'm High Oracle, Reiki Spiritual Healer. Assalamu alaikum.